So as a result of the fact that Friday is going to be my long run day for the next little while, for the next stretch, I don't know how long this is going to be. It could be a day, it could be a month. So before the big heat of the day gets to the city, it's supposed to run 2 to 3 hours. If I get 2.5 hours, that would be great, because I have not run 2.5 hours yet since my surgery. I will spare you pictures of me running, because no one needs to see a 55-year-old man running. Hi, I'm Tony, and I moved to Paris from New York City this year with my family. And I run. I'm training to run the New York City Marathon this November, and so far so good, I guess. I mean, I'm not a former Division I athlete or anything, but I can't really call myself a beginner anymore. I'm what you'd call faster than slow, but slower than fast. This transition, moving from New York to Paris, has been as hard as you'd expect a transcontinental move to be. Culture shock is real. It's a bear. You know, New York and Paris have a lot in common. They're both major world cultural centers that present their own unique face to the world. New Yorkers are really into being New Yorkers, in the same way that Parisians are really into being Parisian. They're known for their art and cuisine and attitude and fashion and architecture and... I mentioned attitude, right? Yeah. They've been the birthplace of movements that have changed the way we look at the world, and they've also got huge societal problems that everyone knows about and yet aren't really being dealt with. It's a thing. On the other hand, New York City prides itself on being where the entirety of the world, the alpha and the omega, comes to play. Every nation, every culture has a neighborhood in New York that it can call a home away from home. You want Balinese stir-fry on a Tuesday morning? We got you. You just finished a long day of work and you have a yen for vegan fried chicken and norteño music? No sweat, Paquito. Bars are open till 4. Paris doesn't have the all-encompassing anything, anywhere, anytime-ness that New York has, but the things it does well are things it's unparalleled at. The bread, the cheese, the wine, the public art, the flow of the days, the sense that everything feeds into everything else. Paris has its own little quirks and tricks, just like any place that matters. And every time you crack one of those little tricks open and discover what's inside, you feel like you've accomplished something really meaningful. Paris is a special little, not-so-secret club that you can slowly, eventually work your way into with a little persistence and patience. But it's so worth it. If you buy the beauty that Paris is selling, it will reward you with that beauty every minute your eyes and ears and mouth and brain and heart are open. I'd love to approach this new city with the wide-eyed innocence of a baby. I'd love to be a mystic, discovering gods in my own reflection, stepping on a path made of treasure boxes as I dance drunkenly through the streets like a satyr in a Gogol Bordello song. I've been that person, but I'm someone else now. And I'm happy to be that person, just like I was happy to be that other person before. I don't need this to be about me anymore, but I gotta start somewhere. I want to know this city the way I got to know New York over the 23 years I lived there. I want to feel it in my bloodstream, in my marrow. I want to get it stuck in my teeth, to have its rhythm sweat back out of me. But I don't need to do that by sleeping in gutters and staring at the stars anymore. I'm a guy d'un certain âge now. I have a son who started school this week. He's great, and it's his turn to be the wild-eyed innocent, learning about the world by walking through these streets for the first time. He's doing great. He really is. Me? I guess I'm learning by running now. Running is how I'm finding the rhythm of this city, its feel, how it works, how it flows, how the neighborhoods connect, what streets lead to what other streets, how it all locks together. Everyone has a way of learning about a new place. There's cheese tours, there's views from the riverbank, there's flying in for Fashion Week or some film premiere, there's bantering with the locals. However you learn is a valid way to learn. For me, here, in a place where my French is okay and getting better, but hardly awesome. Here, I'm getting a feel for this city by running. That's something else New York and Paris both share. They're both cities that are very walkable and very runnable. I'm getting stronger every day. I'm learning.